what are some of the things you want to focus on that you'd like to see, done as chairman, and a little bit why you're running, that kind of thing. And also, I mean, you've been here before, but we'll also ask you about your background, tell folks a little bit more about who you are, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Sounds good.
I brought myself some notes because I'm getting older now.
Believe me, I know.
Exo brain.
I know sometimes when they come here to check on one of the machines or something, they say, why do you have 17 websites open at one time? I said, well, because I need it all right in front of me or I'll forget what I'm talking about. So, let's see. So what else been going on?
Campaigning. Hi, my name's Gretchen. Hi, my name's Gretchen. Hi, my name's Gretchen.
And that's the thing when you've got a whole county. I mean, I guess you do go door to door some, but I mean, that's I don't know how you approach that. I mean,
well, you sort of look at where your best voters are, try to get to them, and go to a lot of events. Go any place that anybody invites me. They want to meet me. I'll go there. I'll meet them. I'll talk to them about how great I think the county is. So.
Yeah, that's good. How's John doing?
He's good.
Good.
Busy. We're all very busy, and we have the farm, so you can't just ignore that.
How big's your farm?
Well, we mostly grow pine trees, but we have more than 190 acres.
Oh, wow.
And then what we're farming in terms of vegetables and stuff is about 5. So.
That's a lot to tend to. Yeah, that is. Do y'all sell it commercially or?
I sell at the farm days, but we also sell our okra at Carter's and Farmer Brown.
Okay.
The Whisk.
Yeah. I say that a million times. I've never been to the Whisk, and I know, and we do a lot of. My wife, we have of course, I live in Tifton. We have some good friends of ours. You know Leanne Colbert?
I do.
Yeah. Leanne, we go to church with Leanne. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, my wife's going on a mission trip at the end of October, and Leanne said, "Don't worry, I'll feed you one night." I said, "Thank goodness," because but she does the farmers market there, so we're there every Saturday, and this is I wish more people would take advantage of that. It's a great thing. So.
Yeah, we met Leanne through the Georgia Organics.
Yeah.
My brother and sister-in-law bought me a Georgia Organics membership one year for Christmas, and that's how we got to know her and Janice and a lot of really great people.
Yeah, she's great. Ooh. Well, we did a little talent show at our church. We get to the Episcopal Church in Tifton. We did a little talent show, and Albert, her husband, got up and did his render solo, the old Archie Gamble thing, and we raised about $4,000 that night, which all went to the mission trip, which was good. So,
excellent.
Yeah, Leanne's she's a fireball. If you want something done, generally ask her and she gets it done. So. Now let's see, somebody's sending me something else. The American Association of University Women Political Forum? Is that,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. They just sent me something to want me to advertise that too. So that's Wednesday the 24th.
Help them spread the word and see what Southern hospitality really feels like at My Birch Ford. Whether you've got credit.
For some reason, also, I don't know what, and I didn't know it until the marriage mentioned to me. Those headphones are not working, and I'm not technically savvy enough to know how to fix them. But you don't need it. We'll take calls. We'll just kind of talk. So, but just if you don't have to worry about putting those on, I'm not sure why they're not working. So.
Yeah, I got a bunch of forums coming up.
Yeah, that's good. More chance to talk. That's
right. I'm not shy.
Let's see. All right, back on the morning drive, 7:34 on this Thursday morning. Thanks for spending part of your morning with us. This interview segment brought to you by our good friends at Kelly, Lovett, and Blakey, providing experienced and supportive counsel to help their clients through the process of filing bankruptcy. Again, their Valdosta office is located at 2912B North Oak Street, 242-8838, or you can go to bankruptcyga.com, and don't be intimidated by the process. Let the professionals help you out, and they'll be glad to do that. We continue our series of interviews with local political candidates this morning, and they're glad to have in studio with us Gretchen Quarterman, who is a candidate for the Dallas County Commission chairmanship. And Gretchen, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
We're appreciative of you being here. I know it's a very busy schedule, probably more so than anyone can realize whenever you're running for an office like this.
Well, running countywide is pretty big. Our county is big, from Lake Park to Hayhira, Naylor. It's a big county.
A lot of ground to cover.
It is.
First of all, before we get into why you got into the race, tell folks a little bit about yourself. A lot of people, I'm sure, know you because you've been here quite a while and been very active for quite a while.
Well, my husband and I live in the north part of the county. He's born and raised here in Lowndes County, went to Lowndes High, graduated in 1972. We got married here in 1993 at his parents' house, and we moved back here permanently in 2007. So we have a farm out there, and I grow vegetables and pine trees and have a really great time here.
So you've got to be appreciative of the nice weather we've had lately.
Oh, delightful. Delightful.
Now, first of all, let me ask you why you decided to run for this office. What about it attracted you?
Well, first of all, actually, Paul decided he wasn't going to run again, so it was an open seat,
right.
And that makes it an easier run rather than running against an incumbent.
Mm-hmm.
And our county government does a lot of stuff really great. I've been watching the county government for 4 or 5 years now, and they do some really wonderful stuff. But one of the things they don't do very well is they don't advertise themselves. They're not very transparent. They don't say what a great job they're doing. So I thought we could improve in that area.
Gotcha. What are some of the issues that have come up, or do you think will come up, that you want to put a focus on as chairman?
Well, I've been taking video of the county commission meetings for the last almost 3 years now, and I think that that's something that the county could do. They could live stream the meetings. They could put them on the web. Glenn County already does that, so there's precedent for that in our state. The packets that the commissioners get could be, Glenn County puts theirs on the web at the same time that the commissioners get them. We could do that so citizens could be more well informed about the issues that are coming up at the meeting. So simple things. Yeah.
And again, in the world and the age that we live in, I would think that would be fairly easy to do.
I would think so.
Yes. Not that I can do it, but somebody out there, some smart person could do it. So.
The IT department here, Aaron Kostju, is excellent. He really has a good grip on the needs of IT in the county. So.
I know, again, Gretchen Quarterman joining us this morning. She is a candidate for the Lowndes County Commission Chairman seat, which is open again the November the 6th general election. And a reminder, early voting begins on Monday. And we've seen good turnout. It seems like not just here in South Georgia and in Lowndes County, but nationwide, the numbers have been higher for early voting than they have been in the past. Is that what you're hearing as well?
Well, our early voting hasn't started, but I did hear that Georgia sent out quite a large number of absentee ballots. So I hope that there'll be good turnout.
Yeah, I think we saw that in the primary elections, and so hopefully, I don't know what the percentages are, but more chances to vote means more people voted, we hope. So.
Right, and I did hear that the Board of Elections here in Lowndes County was quite busy on Tuesday, the last day to register to vote.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear, as we want people to, even if they move to another part of the county, to make sure that they are registered for November the 6th. Gretchen, we hear a lot talk about growth in the county, and I know that's a big issue, and growth, I think everybody sees as good, but I think everyone wants smart growth, and you hear that term thrown around a lot. What are your thoughts on what's the future of Lowndes County over the next, let's say, 5, 10, even longer than that?
Well, that's a good question. The County Commission a couple of years ago had 2 different studies commissioned about growth and planning, and one of them was, let's see, how did it say? Growth in close to existing services. So the county already has a urban service area, like how far the water line goes, how far the sewer line goes, and that growth should be infilled and not expand outside of that area, because that saves resources in terms of how far you have to send the sheriff, how far the school bus has to go, and they also gave an average house price, what it costs in terms of property taxes to support the services that are sent to development.
Gotcha.
So I would say close into existing services is the way to go. We really need to bring a mix of jobs to our community, but that's not something that the County Commission does directly. That's something that's handled by either the Industrial Authority or the Chamber of Commerce. But we need to actively seek out manufacturing jobs so that we have something that people can do, like Dublin, Georgia did, and Norcross, where they got solar manufacturers to come to their community. They now make something that they send away and they make it over and over.
Right.
We need to do something like that here. The other thing is, we need to expand the hospital, and we're doing some of that now, but we need to become a healthcare destination. And rather than our citizens going to Gainesville or Columbus for specialized things, we need to have those services here.
Because I hear that there's a lot of things that you're talking about, that specialized surgery or whatever it is, specialized treatments, you do have to go. I know people go to Jacksonville or go to Gainesville with Shands, or even to Atlanta, or Macon, wherever. And there's just we're kind of in a gap here where there's not, in our immediate area, in Albany and other places, there's certain things that just aren't offered here. There's no other place for them to go.
That's exactly right. And with the moving of the library and the auditorium, that does offer the opportunity for the hospital to expand. And with partner with VSU and the new healthcare training stuff, we can then train therapists and nurses and become even maybe a teaching hospital where doctors that are training somewhere could do their internships here. That would be great.
Now, as it relates to the county commission, how does the county commission kind of serve as a catalyst, I guess, to get that going or to help shepherd that in?
Well, the most direct thing that the county commission does that way is they appoint people to boards and authorities. So they appoint people to the industrial authority or to Parks and Recreation. Parks and Recreation is another place where we're bringing people into our community as a destination with baseball tournaments. We could do something similar if we had soccer fields.
Sure.
So if we built some soccer fields and became a soccer tournament, we have great weather here, so we should really be taking advantage of that. And we're title town, so we're already sports focused.
Exactly.
So we could do things like that.
And location as well, easy to access from wherever. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why we have the distribution centers here, because
right.
we have great access.
Absolutely. Again, I always call it kind of the magic location here, because when you talk about the ports over in Savannah and close to Florida, I mean, I would think if you're trying to attract industry, of course our industrial authority, I think, does a good job with that. We've got a lot of things to sell here. So
Yes, we do.
again, Gretchen Quarterman joining us this morning. She's a candidate for the chairmanship, the Lowndes County Commission. That vote coming up again on November the 6th. Anything, as you've been out talking to people, and I know you've covered a lot of ground over the last several months, anything that surprises you that people are interested in, or that they ask you questions about, or what are some of the questions you get most often?
It's not really a surprise, but the thing that's really enjoyable is how nice people are. When I talk to them, they're really so kind, so encouraging, so appreciative of the fact that people will run for office, and that's really wonderful. I like that.
That's good to hear, because it's a tough thing.
It is. It's a lot of work, and every candidate, I mean, if you know somebody that's running for office, they're your friend. They would like your help.
Yes, exactly, because it is demanding of time and resources and all that kind of thing. So, again, whenever you talk about, and we've spoken about this before on the show, you're running as a Democrat, and how does that relate to what people, in the National Democratic Party, or is there any real relation between when you're talking about local government, local politics?
Well, our local issues aren't really partisan issues. How we grow our community isn't a partisan issue. How we provide emergency services isn't a partisan issue. Democrats are about making sure that everybody fares equally, that we're helping everybody. So,
and sometimes there's the argument, I think, that some of these positions should be nonpartisan, and that's maybe another issue for another day, but certainly, I think as you get out and talk to people, when I hear people talk about local issues and people running for local office, they don't talk much about party. No. I mean, it's just about what can we do to keep Lowndes County going in the right direction. So,
well, and in our community too, we have the 5 cities in the county. And everybody that lives in the city also lives in the county, but there are people that live in the county in the unincorporated areas. And we need to really think about we're a community as a whole, and how can we help our whole community, how can we help our metropolitan area too, because we work closely with Brooks and Lanier, Cook counties, so we have a lot of synergy with them, and we need to think about our whole area. Some
people I think see there's county lines, but they're just invisible lines, and so there are a lot of issues that do affect us regionally, I think, as we kind of move in that direction. Again, Gretchen Quarterman joining us this morning. You mentioned something that you've been filming the Lowndes County Commission meetings for 3 years.
Just about.
Yeah. Have you been able to get a better understanding of how that works through doing that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But one of the things that's, in my mind, lacking right now, the meetings are extraordinarily brief, and there's not a lot of questions or discussions in the meeting. And as chairman, I think that people don't come to the meeting because they're there for 6 or 8 or 10 minutes, and they just feel like, well, why should I spend 10 minutes? They're not going to discuss anything. And I think people would be more interested in coming to the meetings and interested in government if they could see it going on.
So more discussion among commission members out during the actual meeting.
Exactly.
because certainly we know that there are things discussed in executive session or other committee meetings and that kind of thing. But that time they get to the meeting, you're right, it's just kind of a let's hear it and vote on it. So.
Right, and I know that citizens have questions. I highly recommend that people contact, if you have a question, contact your commissioner. Or even contact not your commissioner. I mean, the commissioners will pretty much talk to anybody.
Sure, absolutely.
Do call them.
Absolutely, and the interesting thing that's going to be coming up in this election is the kind of the restructuring of the commission, because with the new super districts, and I tell people, they say, yeah, I have 2 representatives now. I said, well, no, actually you're going to have 3, because the chairman serves everybody, and then the 2 super districts serve you, and then you'll have your regular commission members as well. So you actually have 3 ears that you can bend if you have a question about something.
Absolutely, and those 2 new members will be voting members. So we'll have 5 voting members and then the chairman.
Exactly. So, again, a lot of good stuff going on in Lowndes County, and it sounds like, of course, there was a decision made with the trash, issue, which I know you've probably heard a lot about that.
Not as much as I would have liked, but I did hear quite a bit about it, yes.
Yeah, it's, I know, been on the minds of a lot of people here. That's just one of the issues. Again, that goes along, I think, with growth of the county. And as you talk about smart growth, people want to make sure things are handled in the right way.
Well, and with trash disposal, that's really a safety issue too, because we don't want to have trash piling up, say, on the side of the road, or people not disposing correctly of their trash and having it become an unsanitary condition, and yet we want it to be affordable so that people feel like they're getting a good service for their money.
And that segues into a nice plug for our friend Aaron Strickland at Keep Lowndes Valdosta Beautiful, the Make a Difference Day coming up October the 27th. And Aaron was with us yesterday to tell us about that, and that's a good way for you to volunteer and help. They just had the big river cleanup this past weekend, and again, a good chance for you to get out and keep Valdosta and Lowndes County looking nicer. So, Gretchen, good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Gretchen Quarterman, a candidate for the chairman of the Lowndes County Commission. Again, early voting starts on Monday, and if you want to do that, you have the ability to do that 3 weeks leading up to November the 6th general election. Once again, we'll remind you of our candidates forum 1 week from tonight at the Rainwater Conference Center, where you'll be able to hear from a lot, and hopefully all of our candidates who will be there to hear what their thoughts are. And we hope you join us then. That's going to be 7 o'clock 1 week from tonight. We'll take a break and come right back. More of the Morning Drive coming up right after this. On News Talk 105.9, this is WVGA. Well, thank you, ma'am. Hope that wasn't okay.
Great.
Okay, good. It's kind of hard to get into specifics sometimes, but